Greetings, friends, family, loved ones I don't even know. This is Karen coming to you from Vermont, Salt and Studios, with today's yoga intermission. Today is Saturday, which is when I do this live. And I'm excited to be here with you or in spirit, whenever you decide to practice this video. So, first of all, a big shout out to Mad River Donuts for my first pumpkin latte of the season. In all fairness, I never liked anything pumpkin flavored. I didn't like pumpkin pie, pumpkin donuts, pumpkin tea, pumpkin beer, pumpkin coffee, none of it until Kyle said, I guarantee you will love this. And he was so right. Plus, donuts go along with it. Anyway, today, speaking of foodstuffs, we're going to add some twist into our little Drinka yoga today. So the idea is to gain the benefit of the twist, which is actually benefits, many plurals on that, because aids in digestion, aids in strengthening and lengthening and lubricating the spine. It aids in observation and awareness of where your body parts are. It aids in flexibility and agility. And it aids us in finding posture because we're focusing on the spine. Now, the key to the majority of twists is hips squared, twisting from sort of the navel, like your navel is orbiting your spine. That's not the instruction or direction or cues that I give for every twist, but that's sort of the anchor point or the keystone. But of course, we're going to warm up first. We're going to have a nice gentle flow. So find a nice tall seat. It sounds like you're finding a chair that's tall, but you're getting tall. Sitting bones attached to the earth, crown of the head reaching up. And let's start with the hands loose by the sides. If that's possible for you, you can always place pillows under your hands if it's uncomfortable. So we are going to start with some breath work. We're going to take a box breath. 4 in, retain for 4, 4 exhale, hold for 4. Then we'll move to 6, and then we'll move to 8. It's your cadence. You're welcome to count. I will also count except for the final one. So we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, retain, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. And hold, 6, 5. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain, 8, 7. Breathe out. And hold. Deep breath in through the nose. Sip in a little more at the top. Release it out the mouth. This time, shrug your shoulders up when you do it. Breathing in. Send the shoulders behind you. Drop them. Breathe out. Third time, same thing. Your hands into your lap. Maybe a little teeny smile to your face, because it is a beautiful day in Vermont. I don't know about where you are. We're going to go ahead and take a moment to establish an intention for your practice. And an intention could be I will focus on my breath, or I will find joy in each posture, or I won't use negative self-talk. And oh, by the way, if there are things that you say you're going to do and you don't do them, don't worry about it, because guess what? It's just yoga. It's all about the practice so that we can come off the mat and take a moment in situations that are difficult to notice, to be aware, to observe, to set an intention. And that intention could be, I'm going to be empathetic to this person, or I'm going to wait calmly until AAA gets here, or whatever it is. So we set our intention. And as if we could surround ourselves with it, we'll drop the hands by the sides. Repeat the intention in your head 3 times as you slowly swoop the arms up and out and overhead. I know my intention, so I'm going to gather it into my heart. You might even press the palms to the heart and repeat the intention once again. So we're going to start our practice, hands in your lap or by your sides, with a little twisting of the neck. So we're going to go ahead and just take a slow move of the chin and the nose and the eyes and the forehead over the right shoulder. Breathing in tall. And I know I said the twist is the navel around the spine, right? But this is an anomaly. It's not. We're going to inhale the head forward and exhale, twist the neck to the other side. Notice anything different. Like I have a much tighter shoulder on this side, and this is kind of flaring it up. But I'm going to relax my shoulders. Head comes forward. We'll twist another time. But this time we're going to drop the chin toward the armpit, reach up with the right hand, rest it on the back of the head. No pulling or pushing. It's the weight of the hand and gravity helping you out here. Hand drops, chin drops to the chest. We find a little pendulum swing left and right of the neck. So a twist in and of itself. Next time the chin comes to the chest, we'll bring it even with the floor, and we'll twist the neck and head over to the other side. Taking a full cycle of breath, we will follow that by dropping the chin to the armpit and reaching the hand up to rest on the back of the head. Just gives us a little extra stretch on the right side. Hand drops, chin drops. This time, in the opposite direction we started, if you can remember, we're going to take circles with the head and neck, but only if it feels okay. If it doesn't feel okay to bring the head backward, don't do it. Just like anything in yoga, if it's pain, stop or change. I guess stopping is changing, and we're going to go the other way. If it's challenge or discomfort, maybe a slight adjustment, but really using your breath is what you want to look for. But safety first. Chin drops and chin comes parallel to the earth. Now we're going to move from a tilt into a twist. So we're going to lift the left arm nice and high. Before we do anything, finger tops of the right hand pressing into the ground really tall, so you can get a little bit of extra length. I'd love to get past my 5-1, which maybe I'm less now. And we're going to tilt over to the right. Here we're working to open up the whole left side without super or over squishing the right. We're going to move this into a twist, though, by taking the right hand behind us, straightening the shoulders, dropping the hand, left hand outside the right thigh, and moving into our twist. So the spine was already nice and long. We'll shift into a back bend coming forward. The other hand comes behind you. I like to bring my fingers pointing toward me. It gives me more leverage. So sitting bones into the earth, knees dropping out, lengthen the front, sides, and back body. Your shoulder blades should start coming together, and then you're going to purposefully bring them together. And only if it feels okay, the head can loosen or drop back. Belly in, draw up. Place your hands by your sides. Once again, this time, the right arm floats high. Left fingertips are on the ground, and we press to get tall. Then we'll tilt over to the left, trying to make a little sort of canoe curvature on the right side. Loosen where you need to loosen. As we slightly lift up, left hand comes behind us. Lift the shoulders and heart and move into your twist on the left side. You don't want to have too much weight or tilt into the back hand. And we'll come forward. This time we'll go ahead and take the soles of the feet together. Make a nice big diamond inside the legs. I'm going to remove my socks for this. And you might notice that oftentimes at the beginning of practice, you do more sort of wide-legged things. And as you get to the end of practice, maybe the diamond is smaller if you're doing Baddha Konasana. But this is a bound angle pose and move into starfish. So you scoop your wrists underneath your ankles, bring the hands to the tops of the feet or the ankles. Your elbows become levers for the knees and the thighs. So press them to allow for, you don't want the butterfly effect. You want the knees away and down, round your spine, drop your head. We'll rise up. We're going to take a little butterfly effect with the knees. So the hands will come by your hips on your fingertips again. And just a slow motion butterfly wings, just feeling the inner thighs and the outer thighs. The inner thighs being your adductors and outer thighs being the abductors. When things come closer to the middle, they add in. And when they move away from the midline, they take away from. Nice. I had something in mind now, and now I can't remember what it was because I got very focused, which is good. How about we take the hands outside the knees, gently guide the knees up, and then bring the heels closer to the body. A couple weeks ago, I did a self-hug thing, and I'm kind of hooked on it. So let's wrap the arms around the shins. Drop the head, bring the big toe mounds to the floor. So you're protecting yourself from any vulnerability here. And you're allowing your heart to kind of open up and absorb all of the energies of the rest of the body. Your intention and all the goodness and kindness and empathy and compassion that is floating around in your bubble from your intention. We're going to work a little bit more twist, but we're going to bring some core into it. So lift up your chest, drop your shoulders, bring your feet farther away from your sitting bones and a little farther apart. You want a nice tall spine, so you might take your hands just below your kneecaps or on your kneecaps and lift the heart. You're lowering the shoulder blades, almost as if you're taking the shoulder blade a little bit away from the muscle underneath it. We're trying to keep this heart forward, straight back kind of thingy and reach the arms in front. What tends to happen is we lean forward. So go ahead and draw, almost like you're rowing, draw the arms back into the sockets. That might be plenty. You might stay here and that's enough for you because you can feel it in your thighs. You can feel it in your belly and you're working to keep your back straight and you're working to keep the feet on the ground. Or you could go ahead and come back just a little bit. Lift the heart and we breathe. Oh, Karen, but you said we were going to do a twist. Yes, we are. So we're going to keep the hands where they are, The arms locked into the shoulders, the shoulder blades toward each other, breathing in. We breathe out to twist to one side. So at this juncture, your left wrist is above your right knee and your arms are still shoulders width apart. And now you're like, Karen, this is a lot. Okay, so we're going to come through center and exhale, take it to the other side, because guess what? It doesn't stop here. And if this is really difficult for you, you may come out of it and come back into it, but you want to tuck the tailbone and draw the belly in, come forward so that you can keep it out of your low back. We're going to come down a little bit more. Oh yeah, yes, 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 yes. Open up the heart, twist to the right. Keep that shape. Be aware of where the body parts are. Come in the center. Ooh, now I feel it in my adductors. Come to the other side. And come front. Inhale up. Cross your legs. Shake it out. Whee! I said gentle, not easy. All right. I'm going to find our way into child's pose. And in child's, when you start out your practice, the best version is Balasana 2 with knees nice and wide, big toes touching. You can always place a blanket behind your knees or under your knees or both. Sitting bones draw toward the heels. Forehead rests on something. And if you can, the arms are long in front. Follow your breath up and down your spine. Follow your breath left and right and left across the low back. That might soften your knees and your hips. We'll add a little shoulder, collarbone, heart, armpit opening to this by drawing the palms together above your head. Well, in front of your head, I guess. Pinkies on the ground. Bend your elbows so your hands are behind your neck or between your shoulder blades. Keeping your sitting bones as close to your heels as possible. One at a time, move your elbows forward. They might not come forward very far, but we're working on stretching the belly from the hips to the underarms to the elbows and across the collarbones and the chest. Big breath in, full breath out. Exhale, hands to the ground. Come onto your fingertips so your elbows are lifted from the earth and a little lift of your head. We're going to crawl the hands all the way over to the right, but we're going to do something different from what we have done in the past. We're going to go ahead and scoot the left arm underneath the right armpit. The palm faces upwards. So we're taking a little bend and twist. Left side of the head comes to the ground or a blanket. See if you can keep your hips close to your sitting bones close to your heels. You might start to feel the left shoulder and the tricep stretch. That's what we're looking for. And if you like, you can just place the right hand under the right elbow or maybe take a half bind. And the right hand comes back down. If it was not, you find your way into your child's pose. Elbows flow from the mat, so around your fingertips, head lifts a tiny bit. On an exhale, walk to the left side of the mat. This time, right arm slides and glides under your left armpit. The right palm faces up. You go as far as you can, and you bring the right side of the head down. Sitting bones reaching toward your heels. Maybe the left hand comes under the left elbow. Maybe you take a bind, half bind. The advantage for me in the bind is I can feel the stretch more. All right, we bring that left hand down. We find our way into tabletop this time. In any shapes or movements or dance moves that the body guides you to, take them here. It always feels nice to me to find a rolling cat-cow or a forearm cat-cow. I'm taking hip circles. At this juncture, you can always pretend you're using a hula hoop. It'd be kind of hard this close to the ground, but all right, tabletop, double T. Fingers nice and wide. Check that all the parts of the hands are on the ground. And then a really gentle lift, like a little spider, is at the palm of your hand doing a push-up. Okay, knees are under your hips. Feet are as wide as your knees, and your navel draws toward your belly button. Get nice and strong. Lengthen your neck. Your nose points down, not behind you. Some people arch their neck. That doesn't feel so great for me. We're going to go ahead and stretch the right leg long, ball of the foot on the ground. And either just squeeze your glutes and reach that heel back to open up that whole leg, especially the calf, the ankle, the heel, the sole, and the toes. Or if you prefer a forward and back motion to sort of come out of that stretch, let the snap, crackle, and pops happen. All right, something we did last week, we're going to do again this week. So we're going to come forward. We're going to lift the right leg off the mat, square up the hips. You're going to see if you, reaching the heel away from you, if you can sweep that right leg out to the right, keeping it off the ground. It's a lot of work on the hips and the thighs. We'll plant that foot down, toes pointing forward, outer edge of the foot pressing into the ground. Walk the hands backward and rise up to your knee. For me, I usually need to extend the length a little bit more. Both hands by your side. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slowly lift the left arm. Glide the right arm down the leg to find your tilt. Pelvis comes forward. Press into the outer edge of that foot and the shoelace side of your left foot. A peek down at your right foot and the left hand follows your gaze. It sweeps in front of your body and lands outside your left knee. The right hand follows it, sweeping in front of the body, and then up overhead as you draw your pelvis forward for a rock star. If you like, and you'd like to try an extra balance challenge, you might bring your fingertips or your palm to the ground on the left hand, keep the chest forward, and shift that right leg up. You might bring that right leg into a bend to your chest and send it back out. Place that foot down if it is not. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands into our tabletop shape, and then we're going to lift that right leg, sweep it all the way to the other side of the mat, as far as you can take it. Place the shoelace side of the foot down. So now you're in sort of this cool, I can't think of the name of the person, cool, dance move. You're going to glide that whole leg, the hips, maybe even the hands backward until the front of the right hip is on or near the left heel. If you do not feel an opening in your left glutes, gluteus minimus, gluteus the maximus, and whatever the middle one is called, tuck your right toes under, float the right knee off the mat, and reach the heel behind you. Now I can feel it. I just did the stretch twice yesterday, so I'm pretty open. Rise back, three-legged tabletop, square up your hips. Knee draws above your right elbow. It stretches back out and the knee returns to the mat. Your body might call for a little wiggle waggle. Something else going on. And we set ourselves up for all of that stuff on the other side. Hands take up all the real estate. A little lift from the palm. If your elbows are locked, I can't do it on the left side. Soften them like the inner elbows are facing each other. Left leg long. Either just press into the toe ball, the ball of the foot and the heel, or find a rock. Forward and backward. Don't worry, after this, we're going to do a little wrist work and hand work. Shoulders come over the wrists. The left leg floats, square up your hips. Sweep your left leg out to the left. Keep it off the mat. See if you can organize your hips to be square, and then plant that foot down. All the energy into that foot as you walk the hands back and rise up. It's a form of gate latch. Hands by your sides. Right arm floats high. We're tall, tall, tall. And then we tilt over to the left. Notice what's going on with that left foot. If it's really coming up to the inner arch, you want to place more energy in the outer arch. The gaze down to the left foot. The right hand follows it, sweeps in front of your body, lands outside your right knee. The left hand follows, sweeps in front, out to the right, and then up for your rock star. Pelvis presses forward. Not back, not down. Heart opens up. And if you like a challenge, maybe float that left leg. Oh, it's harder on this side. Maybe knee to your chest. Extend. Gaze down to the right. Left hand follows. You take your hands into a tabletop shape, float the left leg off the ground, and then sweep it way outside the other side of the mat. And we glide backward, finding our glute opener. So what's interesting about this posture is that there is a little bit of twist, intringent in it. A little bit of a tilt, a little bit of a twist. So we're taking pretty roughly around 3 of the 6 movements of the spine here. Come back into your 3-legged tabletop. Your knee draws above your left elbow. Maybe it doesn't touch. That's okay. Lengthen out. Bring your knee to the ground. We're going to come backwards, maybe even seated on our heels. And then find our way to bringing the backs of the hands onto the ground. Seeing if you can lean into that, lean forward to get as close as you can to having the backs of the wrists near the on the ground. If this is easy for you, you can go ahead and make fists of your fingers. I cannot do that at this moment. That sounds like negative talk, but it's very quickly adding at this moment. Maybe a little rock forward and backward. And when you're ready, we'll switch the hands. So the palms are down, fingers out left and right, or more toward your knees, whatever works for you. But this time we want the inner wrist to come closer to the ground. And that may require a rocking for you. We're going to take one more twist down on the mat before we move into our standing postures for a few minutes. So hands return into tabletop shape, making sure the knees and feet are equidistant. Belly in, shoulders toward the hips. Right arm floats high, and then we thread the needle. Right hand coming behind the left wrist, palm facing up. I like to lengthen my left arm to get more onto the tricep or the shoulder of the right arm. Maybe a teensy lift of your head, a stretch of the shoulders toward the hips so the neck gets longer, and then bring the head back down. Some people like a challenge here with a half bind, or floating the left leg high, or maybe even bending that left leg
and bringing it down behind you. But that's a lot, and it's not gentle, so I'm staying away from it. Wherever your left hand is, make sure it moves back under the left shoulder. You lift up, sweep open, return to your tabletop. Maybe a wiggle waggle, and we'll take that to the other side. Left arm floats up. Thread the needle. Maybe move that right hand forward. A little lift of the head, a stretch downward or backward of the shoulders and forward of the head to come to your full tabletop twist. Not twisting the hips, we're twisting from the belly. If you took an alternative on the other side, or you added to this, feel free. And when you're ready, we'll unravel, opening up the left arm and bringing the hand down to the mat. You might need a little shake out of some stuff. My wrists. I'm going to walk the hands forward a couple inches, tuck the toes, and slowly, using your belly a lot, lift into a down dog. So rather than thinking about pressing into it, lift into it. Maybe pedal things out. Energy of the chest is moving toward the thighs. The gaze is between the low legs or the knees or the thighs. On an inhale, peel forward to your high plank. Pause. Just building that strength, using the belly, noticing if your feet need to be a little bit wider. Exhale, downward dog. Rise up to the tiptoes, bend your knees, look past your hands and walk to them. A forward fold. We're going to move into a couple vinyasas. Not without a twist. And let the fingers hang loose. Find the texture of your mat, the temperature by sweeping the hands along, loosen your head. Maybe nod it and shake it. If you like a bind, take it here. I'm going to find a yogi tool lock. Release your bind. Remember, if you have low back issues, you can breathe out when you rise up instead of breathing in. Hands draw to shins, press them away, lifting up to a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Remain here. Make sure the knees are not locked. Draw the shoulders toward the hips, draw the belly in, and make the neck long. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing. Hands land at your sides. My head disappears, and then you lift the arms up overhead. Exhale for your forward fold. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, a step back, a high plank. Maybe your knees drop if you need to. Low plank. And into any back bend that suits you. And come into a downward dog. Breathing in and out for 3 rounds. Again, you'll make your way to the front of your mat. Hop, skip, walk, jump, crawl, doesn't matter. A forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to stand. And sit into a chair pose. Rise to the balls of the feet. Imagine you're grasping something between your ankles. And see if your bottom can sink down a little bit. Just yoga, by the way, so if you fall out of it, it doesn't matter. I like to do the little dough thing.
And we bring the feet down. We gather the hands behind us, either capturing an elbow in each hand, interlacing your fingers, or just placing your hands at your low back. We're going to find our chair pose again. With bent knees, we fold. Let the hands lift.
A different sort of twist to help our IT band. We're going to bring the feet as wide as the mat. Drop the hands to the earth. Bring your left fingertips onto the mat under your nose and bend your left knee. Take the heel of the right hand on your low back. Lift halfway up. So it's like a halfway lift with a bent left knee and a long right leg. I'm moving my left fingers forward a little bit to help in moving into my twist. So rather than twisting from the shoulder, you're twisting from the waist, navel around the spine, and you should feel this in your right IT band. If you do not, twist more from the waist, maybe straighten your left leg, or maybe heel toe the feet toward each other. Usually I find it's about drawing the twist from the waist. So working our back, we're working our IT band, we're working our core. Exhale, right hand down, straighten both legs, waggle the head. Other side, right knee bends, heel of the left hand on your low back, your halfway lift. Get really long and strong here before you twist. So we're going to breathe in here and twist over to the left. Check that your left leg is straight, not locked. And if you're not feeling this in your IT band, maybe move your right hand forward, lift up halfway again, and then twist from the navel. Exhale, both hands down to the mat, halfway lift in this wide-legged stance. Breathe out, forward fold. Feet can come closer together as you draw the left foot way to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Hands generally closer to your heel than your toes. Your right knee over your right ankle over your left ankle. We're going to tap the back knee. Lengthen the front leg just by bringing the bottom back and lift the ball of the foot off the mat. Nice long spine. Bring the foot back down, lift the knee, runner's lunge. And again, it's sort of a rocking or a dancing half split. Back knee drops. Front leg extends as the bottom comes back, and we bring the ball of the foot off the ground. One more time, runner's lunge. Back knee drops, extend your front leg, and lift the ball of the foot off the ground. Come back into your runner's lunge for your twist here. So left hand down, and the right arm floats high, or the heel of the hand comes to the low back. Noticing if you're either grasping the mat with your toes, so loosen them, or your right knee is peeling out to the right. You need to press the big toe mound in. If there's a lot of looseness in your left knee, press the heel behind you. Almost there with the standing postures. Right hand down, hop back up, forward fold. Drop your bottom for a chair pose just for a moment. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, chair. And step your right foot back to the mat as far as you can get it. Set yourself up. Lower yourself into runner's lunge. Ball of your back foot. Shoulders back toward your hip. Drop your back knee. Draw your left hip back, and the left toes lift. Left foot comes down, runner's lunge. Back knee down, left hip or both hips back, foot peels away. One more time, runner's lunge. Back knee drops, lengthen and fold. We move back to our runner's lunge and into our runner's lunge twist. And both hands are inside your left foot. Turn your toes out a little bit and step your right foot outside your right hand. We're going to come into pigeon. So the best route to do that is bring the right foot a little bit in, step the left foot back, and then continue bringing the right foot across to the left hand. We bring the right shin down, the back knee comes down, find length in our back leg, a prop on the right if you need it, and you fold. I think someone called this sleeping pigeon the other day, and I'm thinking there's nothing sleeping in my body when I move into this. It is one of my favorite postures, coming from the least loved to probably the top 5. Elbows wide so the shoulders relax. For those who are very intent on being symmetrical, the next transitions might be a little difficult for you, but see if you can stick with it. The hands will walk back. We'll shift onto the right hip, swing the left leg around, and stack the logs. So now your shins you want as parallel as possible. You might need to move your sitting bones around a little bit. And we sit up and breathe. And here we take a twist to the left. Navel orbiting the spine. Attempting to keep that top knee, the left knee, moving down and out. And then we twist to the right. Some of you might be able to bring your left hand down so that the sole of your foot is on your tricep. I cannot at this time. And we come forward. Left leg shifts in front of the right. Shift over to the left hip and find your pigeon on the other side. And again, we'll shift to the left hip, swing the right leg around, and find stack logs on this side. This will be our last seated posture, so we can move down to the mat and to Shavasana. It feels much more open on this side. Little proprioception about where the parts of the body are and what's touching what. We'll take a little twist to the right. And to the left. Front and center, legs will extend or the feet come to the ground. I'm just turning to the side in case you need to see me. We're going to make our way all the way down to the mat and hug the knees in nice and tight. Find a little rock or knee circles. And then your choice, a happy baby, legs up the wall, or one last set of twists. If you are taking twists, 3 breaths on each side. If you're taking the others, again, you might find a little rock if you're in happy baby, but you'll take 6 breaths here. Those in a twist, move to your other side. And everyone find your way to Shavasana, you might move to a wall to have your legs fully up the wall. You might take Supta Baddha Konasana or the more traditional Shavasana shape. With the body long, space between the feet, palms up, space between the arms and the side bodies. Take a nice big breath from the feet all the way to the top of the head, and then let it waterfall down the body. Place where everything settles in practice for life's final posture. Everything integrates: your intention, your motivation, your breath, the movement. Well, find your way to a seat. You could hug your knees in and rock forward and backward to sit up, or you might find your way to one side and then press yourself up. Your choice. Just being kind to the body and the mind. We find our upright position, nice and tall. Maybe bring a little smile to the face. Consider all of the merit. You just wrung out your body. All of those twists, the stretches, the openings. Sort of like every which way, yes, I will take mine with a twist. Hands to your heart. We'll close our practice to the chant of a single Om. It's not requisite to join in, but if you would like to, please feel free. First thing we do is breathe all the air out of the lungs and then fill up for the chant of Om. Thumb knuckles connect right at the center of your forehead. May your intention manifest not only on your mat, but as you walk away from your mat and into the rest of your day. Namaste. Heartfelt thanks to all of those who practice live and on Memorex. Gosh, I'm so old now. Or on video on the interwebs. It's great to practice with you and always good to see you live and in person. With lots of love, have a great remainder of your day or evening.